There are moments when silence feels louder than any storm, when the prayers you've whispered seem to vanish into the air. You look around and wonder if God still sees you, if He still cares. You feel invisible, overlooked, forgotten. But the truth is, even when you feel unseen by the world, you are fully known by heaven. God hasn't turned away. He hasn't moved on. He calls you by name, not just when you're strong and faithful, but even in your moments of weakness and doubt. His love is not seasonal. His attention is not distracted. He is present, even when you feel left behind. Being forgotten by people can leave deep wounds. Friends drift, promises break. Even those closest to you sometimes fail to notice the ache behind your smile. But God is different. He's not like people. He doesn't forget what He formed. He doesn't abandon what He began. Before the world ever saw you, He knew you, crafted you, chose you. And that choice wasn't a one-time event. It's an everyday commitment. Even when you feel unseen, He sees. Even when your name isn't spoken aloud, it's written on His heart. You're not lost in the crowd. You're held in His hands, remembered with purpose. God's memory isn't like ours. It doesn't fade with time or get distracted by noise. He remembers every detail of who you are, every prayer you've whispered in the dark, every tear you've cried alone. Nothing is missed. Nothing is forgotten. When others overlook you, God draws near. When the world moves on, He stays. You may feel forgotten, but you are engraved on the palms of His hands. That's not poetic, it's truth. He doesn't just see your face, He knows your story. Your pain isn't background noise to Him, it's sacred. And His love never loses track of those it claims. If you feel God's whisper today, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to hear more. There's something sacred about being remembered by God. It means your value isn't based on visibility. It means you matter even when no one claps, no one checks in, no one notices the weight you're carrying. You're not waiting to be found. You've already been seen by the one who knit you together, who numbers your hairs, who writes your name into eternity. Feeling forgotten doesn't mean you are. Emotions lie, but God never does. His promises don't depend on your performance. His nearness isn't tied to your perfection. He is with you, not because you earned it, but because He promised never to leave. When you feel forgotten, it's easy to question your worth, to wonder if you matter. But God doesn't need crowds to confirm your value. He declared it before anyone ever had a chance to deny it. He called you chosen before the rejection, loved before the silence, seen before the spotlight. The wilderness you're in isn't punishment. It might just be preparation, not for applause, but for purpose, not for popularity, but for presence. God hasn't placed you on hold. He's holding you in place. Because what He's building in you now is too precious to rush. And even in the quiet, He's calling you by name. You may feel like nothing's changing, like your prayers are floating into a void, but silence doesn't equal absence. God often works the most in seasons that feel the emptiest. Just because you don't hear him doesn't mean he's not speaking. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean he's not moving. He's weaving purpose into your waiting, strength into your stillness, identity into your isolation. The same God who called Moses from a burning bush is the God whispering your name in the quiet. He's not pacing heaven wondering what to do with you. He's patiently shaping something eternal. Sometimes it's in the silence where you hear him clearest, not through volume, but through stillness. In the ache of being unseen by others, he reminds you that he's the one who truly matters. He doesn't just know your name, he calls it tenderly, repeatedly, not based on what you've done, but on who you are to him. You are his. And that doesn't shift with seasons or emotions. You might feel stuck or small, but God is never limited by your perception. His plans don't stall when yours fall apart. In fact, that's when his purpose rises to the surface, quiet but unstoppable. So when you feel forgotten, don't let it drive you into isolation. Let it draw you into intimacy. God hasn't overlooked you. He's inviting you closer. In a world chasing attention, he offers affection. In a life full of noise, he meets you in the hush. You are not just another face in the crowd to him. You are called, known, loved without condition. And he's not done writing your story, not by a long shot. What's one moment in your life when you felt unseen, but looking back, you realize God was right there? Share it with me below.